Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Money is Emotional podcast. I am your host, Christine Luken. Today, we are diving into a topic that is both sparkling and strategic. The best crystals for supporting abundance. Before we get into the gems, literally, I do want to start with a disclaimer. Crystals are powerful, energetic tools, but they are not a replacement for wise money management or a magnetic money mindset. They're an enhancement. They are not a magic wand. Think of them like your favorite essential oil perfume. It's beautiful and supportive, but if you have not showered in 2 weeks, no amount of it will erase your stink. Crystals support your energy while you do the smart things with your money, like sticking to your prosperity plan, emotionally charging your savings, and managing your money like a boss. And here's the thing. If crystals are not for you, feel free to skip this episode. You are not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. But for the crystal curious and those of you who already love them, let's dive in. First, I want to talk about how crystals work. Albert Einstein stated that everything is energy. Crystals resonate with energetic vibrations that can support your intentions and your mindset. Nikola Tesla experienced crystals as conductors and transmitters of energy, suggesting they could stabilize frequencies and amplify energy, which hinted at their future applications in technology and frequency-based healing. In fact, if you own a smartphone, a computer, a watch, a camera, or a microphone, you own crystals. And in fact, if you own any jewelry that has gemstones, like emeralds, rubies, diamonds, those are also crystals. But here's what's interesting. Nikola Tesla viewed crystals as more than just geological formations and enhancers of physical energy. He actually considered them to be living beings. He famously stated, "In crystal, we have a pure evidence of the existence of a formative life principle. And though we cannot understand the life of the crystal, it is nonetheless a living being," which I thought was super interesting. So I am by no means an expert on all things crystals, which is why I recommend that you check out the Understanding Crystal Energy course by my friend and mentor, Sarah Balmer, which I have linked up in the comments. So, how can we use crystals to support our abundance? Well, you can simply hold one in your hand as you are managing your money, right? Maybe you're reviewing your investments. You can just hold one while you're doing that in your hand. You can meditate with a crystal, or you can use them while you are doing a hypnosis. So maybe you have already gotten your hands on the Money Mind Reset Hypnosis Library. If not, I will link that up in the show notes. So if you're meditating, if you're listening to a hypnosis about money, wealth, or abundance, you can hold a crystal while you're doing that. You can wear crystal jewelry while you're managing your money. I love that. I always have several bracelets on. You can have necklaces, rings, etc. And then you don't even have to think about it, right? It's along for the ride for your day. You can also just keep one in your space. So if there's a particular place where you manage your money, maybe it's at your desk, or maybe you even want to keep one in your purse or your wallet, just to raise the vibration where you are managing your money. So what's important to remember, crystals don't do the work. They support you energetically while you're doing the work. They help you stay centered and aligned as you take the practical steps that you need to towards financial dignity. Now, you might be wondering, how a financial dignity coach ended up talking about crystals. So let me take a moment to share a little bit of my journey. Like many sensitive souls who are raised in traditional environments, my crystal path began in quiet rebellion. As a teenager, I was in the goth crowd, which might surprise you if you know me today, but I wore a hematite necklace, which is a black stone, and I loved it. I sensed its grounding energy, but my religious upbringing basically told me that seeking wisdom or comfort from anything beyond God or Jesus was wrong. And in fact, even as an adult, purchasing crystals later, I was overcome by guilt and I threw them away in the church bathroom. Oh my gosh, that just cracks me up, right? But here's the thing. Crystals are God's creation, right? Just like the animals, just like the flowers. We can enjoy the flowers and the animals. Why can't we enjoy the crystals? But here's the thing. Something inside me was stirring. And it wasn't until I began trusting my own inner authority, even though it didn't fit inside of the spiritual dogma I was raised with. And a turning point came when one of my coaches gifted me with a smoky citrine point. This beauty right here. It's raw on one end and polished on the other. And it mirrored my own journey. Unfinished, beautiful, and powerful. And since then, my path has led me to experience deep healing, intuitive awakening, and spiritual integration. And crystals have been a part of that. And what surprised me the most is that during my financial coaching sessions, I would feel intuitively drawn just to pick up and hold a certain crystal as my clients were talking. And this wisdom would just flow through me. And so crystals have become my secret allies. I guess now they're my not so secret allies. And the more that I work with them, the more aligned and clear and energetically sensitive I become. In fact, I even recently completed certification as a Crystal Wisdom Codes practitioner. And now I see this work as a sacred part of who I am and how I serve. Yes, I am still the money lady, but I have stopped compartmentalizing. I now bring both my spiritual gifts and my financial wisdom to the table. So if you feel that gentle pull towards crystals too, I invite you to explore it with an open heart and a grounded curiosity. Now, let's talk specifics because I know you really want to find out exactly which crystals are the best for supporting abundance. And if you're listening to this episode rather than watching it, I highly suggest you jump over to YouTube so you can see what I am showing you. This is going to be the show and tell portion of the podcast. And so you're going to want to see it. All right. So my top crystal for abundance will probably not come as a surprise to you if you have any experience with crystals at all. This is Citrine. This is the confidence booster. This is my absolute favorite crystal, which it's hard to have favorites once you start collecting them. But this one is just like sunshine, pure sunshine. And Citrine is known as the crystal of manifestation, confidence, and success. So you might not know this, but citrine is a form of quartz crystal. So there are several different types of quartz, and this is one of the types of quartz. And it is considered to be very powerful and high vibe. So this is like your energetic cheerleader in gemstone form. Anytime that you feel like you need a boost of confidence, if you wish you could just call me up and have me tell you how awesome you are and how amazing and how capable you are, like, this is the crystal for you, right? This is what you are going to get. So when you're working on, maybe it's raising your rates or stepping into a new financial role, or maybe just stepping up and taking control of your finances rather than hiding from them. Maybe you're setting a big income goal, or maybe you're going for a raise or applying for a new position. Grab some Citrine. This is like pure sunshine for your soul. Citrine helps you to plug into your confidence and to attract opportunities that align with your highest financial good. So it's probably no surprise to you that one is my favorite. All right, so the second one we're going to talk about is Pyrite. This is known as the manifestation magnet. You might also know it as fool's gold, because back in the day when they had the gold rush, a lot of people found pyrite and thought they had found gold, but they did not. So just because it's known as fool's gold, pyrite is anything but foolish. This is the crystal of protection, wealth attraction, and also manifestation as well. So this one, and you can even, if you have a piece of it, it's heavy. This is a substantial stone. You want to place this near your computer while you're building your business or working on a launch. So this is like energetic armor for your abundance. Yes, it is also an attractor of opportunities, but it is also for protection and, for pulling in your highest good. Because sometimes opportunities present themselves or different things present themselves, and they may or may not be what is in our best interest. And so the pyrite really brings you that grounded energy so that you can tell the difference between what's the real deal and what isn't. So this strengthens your wealth magnetism, and it helps protect your financial intentions from negative energy.
Dare to enter the Wealthy Woman Book Club, where answers exist to forbidden questions, where women of all ages and income secretly gather, where knowledge is shared, where possibilities are explored, where women claim their power. Dare to stay a spell in the Wealthy Woman Book Club. In this place, we lift each other up. In this place, we start dreaming again. In this place, we see financial miracles. In this place, we grow through the glory and the failure. In this place, we step into a new identity. Dare to champion the Wealthy Woman Book Club. We're creating a future where women are financially empowered across the globe. We're creating a future where our daughters stand on equal financial footing with our sons. We're creating a future where we purchase with our principles rather than price tags. We're creating a future where we use the power of money for the benefit of people and the planet. Welcome to the Wealthy Woman Book Club. Dare to come in, woman. Come in. Join us at wealthywomanbookclub.com.
So the next one we have is green Aventurine. This is the prosperity amplifier. This stone is known for bringing prosperity, luck, and opportunity. It is gentle, soothing, and oh so abundant. You might want to tuck some green aventurine in your wallet or your purse to align your everyday spending with your values and to invite in abundance and opportunity. This one works subtly but powerfully to open the door to opportunities. Things like unexpected income, aligned clients, and financial blessings. So this particular one is actually blended with quartz, which is very powerful. So this is known as a Vogel wand for those of you who are curious at the shape of this one. So love me some green aventurine. All right, so the next one is Sunstone, and it is known as the Self-Leadership Spark. Now, I do have smaller pieces of Sunstone, but I really felt this one wanted to be shown off during our show and tell today. So this is a giant column of Sunstone. So you don't need to get a piece this big. You can get a nice little small tumbled stone, but this is for leadership, and obviously that is something that is important in my life and in my business. So that's why I've got the big one with me. And so this stone is about leadership, optimism, and joy. This is a great choice when you are reclaiming your financial power. I love it especially for women who are coming out of divorce and maybe they haven't been managing their own money, and now it's time for them to take leadership over their financial future. Or if you are needing extra motivation to get your money tasks accomplished. So if you have been procrastinating on important financial tasks, Sunstone is a great supporter for that. So you want to use your Sunstone if you're making bold moves. Let's just say you are firing a toxic client. You're launching something new, or maybe you're just declaring, I am a wealthy woman or man in the making. This is when you really need that shot in the arm, right? To get you moving forward. So Sunstone will help to get you out of idle and get you moving forward with the things that you know you should do and you maybe even want to do. But maybe there's some fear there. You know, there's something that you're avoiding. So I really love that. Sunstone reminds you that financial empowerment is joyful and magnetic, and it's 100% yours to claim it. All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is fluorite, and this is the focus friend, I like to call it. So fluorite, you can see how pretty this one is. It's got, sometimes it will be more purple, sometimes it will be more blue or green. This one is like a really nice combo. Sometimes it's got shades of white in it. Fluorite is amazing for focus, clarity, and emotional balance, right? We need this if we're going to manage our money like a boss. The energy that this stone brings, it dispels confusion, it helps with concentration, and it makes it a perfect companion for focusing on financial details. It is also known as the student's stone. Why is this the student's stone? Because this helps with retaining knowledge and overcoming test anxiety. So sometimes we can have that same feeling when we are managing our money. right? We can have that same feeling of when all of a sudden we have a pop quiz in high school, right? And all of a sudden you have this terror because you know you haven't done your homework. And so this stone is very helpful for that. It will help you focus. You know, you've got to tackle a pile of receipts or a pile of bills. You need to set up your personal finance app. Fluorite is the perfect support crystal for that because it helps you to feel grounded, focused, clear, and assists you with wise financial decision making. And here's the thing, if you are ADHD, if you say like, I'm a creative person, I'm not great with details, I have a hard time sitting still and getting tasks done, get yourself a little piece of fluorite. That will help because it's going to assist you in bringing order to financial chaos. And it will help you stay focused on the things that are important in your finances. So I've actually got, I was going to only do one bonus crystal, but I actually have two. So I'm going to talk about this one first, and I hinted at it. This is quartz. Quartz crystal is the most common and the most powerful type of crystal. So quartz amplifies other crystals. So if you really need to focus, you can get yourself both of these, right? You can get yourself the fluorite and the quartz. So the quartz basically amplifies everything that's around it. So this is almost like your speaker, your energetic speaker. It just turns everything up. And when we talked earlier about crystals being part of technology, most of the time it is going to be quartz crystal because it holds a constant frequency, a constant and reliable frequency. So whichever crystal is calling to you, you may want to add a little piece of quartz to your collection. The final bonus crystal, this is rose quartz. Yes, this is also a type of quartz. This is the relationship harmonizer. So rose quartz is all about love, compassion, and heart-centered communication. It's an excellent crystal for couples who are managing money together because we all know financial tension can create relationship tension. And the energy of rose quartz softens that. And in fact, this is one that I always have sitting on my desk during coaching sessions. You know, when I experience my clients starting to escalate, disagreements, they're not seeing eye to eye on something, I immediately reach over and just grab this one. Because first of all, it opens my heart to really see what's behind the disagreement, right? To really get to the bottom of what the core emotions are that need some attention and need some healing. So it's for both me and for my clients. So you can place a rose quartz crystal in whatever room you and your spouse have your weekly money dates. And it can be a physical reminder to both of you to approach your money conversations with love and understanding and mutual respect. So rose quartz really supports emotional safety in financial situations. It allows you and your partner to work together as a team rather than sparring partners. And here's the thing, rose quartz is also a beautiful crystal for self-love. So if you are single, don't overlook this one. Rose quartz can help dissolve self-criticism and feelings around money shame. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 crystals for supporting abundance and financial dignity. It was Citrine, Pyrite, green Aventurine, Sunstone, and Fluorite. Plus, we had guest appearances by both quartz and rose quartz as your bonuses. So remember, these sparkly allies are here to enhance your energy, not to replace your financial strategy. Use them to keep your vibe high while you do the brave and beautiful work of becoming a wealthy man or wealthy woman in the making. And if you're feeling drawn to bring this magic into your daily life, you might also want to check out the custom crystal bracelet that I co-created for the Wealthy Woman Book Club, which is right here. So this has all of the crystals that we talked about today, with the exception of rose quartz. That's the only one that is not a part of this one. It's also got some bonus crystals on there as well. But this bracelet is intentionally designed with the energies to support abundance. You can find it at the link in the show notes. And here's the thing. You do not have to be a member of the Wealthy Woman Book Club to buy the Wealthy Woman in the Making bracelet. One final tip / warning. Collecting crystals can be addictive. Ask me how I know. So go ahead and create a crystal category in your spending plan and be sure to stick to your limits. Well, my friend, this is where I leave you for today. If you enjoyed this conversation, please leave us a review. It helps others to find the Money is Emotional podcast. And if you're not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? Just hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as a new episode drops. Until next time, this is Christine Luken reminding you that you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people love you, including me. Bye for now.